Good afternoon YouTube and welcome to my channel. Okay, so I've had a couple of people ask me how I do various little jobs on a couple of my American cars which I have being here in the UK. Because very often one thing that you find is that a lot of garages don't want to touch like your cars for doing little fiddly kind of bits and pieces, especially if it's something a little out of the ordinary. And today I'm going to be working on doing a little job, real simple little job on my 95 Chevrolet Camaro that you can hopefully see there. Okay, it's a pretty unusual-ish car here in the UK, but I guess also it's getting pretty rare in the States too now. I mean, they've been out of production a long time, but I know they've got a hell of a good following. I mean, I've owned that car twice now. I actually bought it over 5 years ago, sold it middle of 2019, I believe I sold it. I actually got it back February 2020. I missed it that bad. I actually bought a Dodge Challenger and disliked the Challenger that much. I didn't dislike it, it was missing that old school kind of feel to my mind. I actually did a deal with a guy who I actually sold the Camaro to. Needless to say, he came off better, but hey, got my car back. This one here is my other car. It's a 1978 Impala wagon. 40 something years old now, I believe. 43 years old. Pretty much as it left the factory. I've done a few little modifications and stuff on this. It's got a completely, I don't know if you can see through there, it's got a completely retrimmed interior now. Fortunately I didn't do that, I actually had that done. One of the main things I did on this that I actually really like, it's a really subtle mod, is, I don't have the keys for this, it's not open. I didn't replace the factory stereo, I left the factory stereo in there. But I actually fitted the hidden stereo system in there, so I didn't want to spoil the dash. I figure it's made 40 odd years, it doesn't want someone like me coming along ruining the dash. So, anyway, I'll do some more videos on that down the line. So, to the Camaro. Now, what these cars have, let's get myself inside here. Okay, I'm pretty sure this would have been easier 20 years ago. Okay, now what these have is, down here you've got your gear shifter. Okay, now this should light up. Now this is again is one of those things that, you know, you take it to a garage, they're not going to want to be bothered with it hardly. Okay, as you can see, it doesn't light up. It was flickering. It was flickering for about 3-4 weeks and then it just stopped. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a couple of tools and things and I'll be right back and I'll show you how you go on about removing that. It's dead simple. Okay, so I'm back. Now first thing you need to do, get yourself a little thin end pointy screwdriver, possibly like a electronic terminal kind of screwdriver, if you can see that there. Okay, you're going to need that for the little thing at the back. Slightly bigger one just for prying out the trim at the front. Have a pair of pliers on hand when you're messing with wires, it's always handy. Easiest thing, one of the best advantages I have with this car, and if you've got this as an option, always do this. Take the top off, okay? That's going to give you a load more light in here. You can just see everything that's happening, so much easier. Not trying to work like a mouse down a hole. Okay, so angle the camera down here a little. There we are. First thing is, get all your ramel out of the glove box, out the whatever this thing's called, out of the ashtray. So if it goes down there, you're never going to see it again. You're probably going to end up stuck in reverse at 2 o'clock in the morning at the side of the road. The next thing is, you shift lever all the way down here into first, right around on the back of here, just there. And it took me ages to figure this one out. Maybe I'm just not very clever. There's a little pin. Got to get that to pry that out. Okay, that's what holds your shift knob on. Be real careful with doing this when you're prying that out, because I guarantee if you lose that, especially here in the UK, pretty sure you are not going to get one of these no matter how much you're willing to pay somebody. Okay, give that a bit of a twiddle around. Just angle the camera up here a little. Okay, and if it's been on there 20 odd years, it's going to fight you a little bit, but yeah, there we go. Okay, get your slightly bigger screwdriver, do away with that one on now. I would go in from this end of things first, okay? Just because it seems to slip down in that area. Get yourself in there. Okay, pull that up that way, pull it back. There we go, straight out. Now don't just yank this out because you've got the actual light wire in there, which is what we're going for. Just a simple twist fit, okay? As you can see, no light out of that at all. Really annoying thing is I actually replaced this not long ago, but hey ho. So you take that one out. In good old fashioned prepared style, here's one I prepared earlier. Thing to do as well with these little terminals, make sure you bend those terminals outwards. And get it focused there. Make sure you bend these little tabs outwards a little bit away from the bulb itself, okay? So what that's going to do, that's going to get you much better contact down inside there, okay? Do this with the lights on because what you've always got with LEDs is they have polarity, okay? So you've got to make sure they're only going to work one way. Put it in, luckily, there you go, first time round. As you can see, if I take that out and flip the bulb over, no light, okay? So you've got to make sure they only go in one way. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that by now. LEDs have been around a long time. Give it a bit of a flick, mess around with it, make sure it's not a loose wire, anything like that, jiggle all this around. It was obviously just the bulb that was the problem. Okay. And again, like I said, this is one of them kind of things that, you know, you take this to a garage or something, they're going to say, oh well, we've got to take the whole centre console out and we don't know how long it's going to take. You're going to be paying not hundreds of pounds, but you're going to be paying way over the odds. Okay, get that in there. All it does, nice and easy, it's just a push, twist, get that position back over there. And if you like me, what you can do while you're in here, get yourself a bit of a cloth as well. Give all that grime a bit of a wipe. Because I spent years riding around in dirty cars. It's disgusting. If your car's gross inside, you don't want to be in your car. You want your car pretty. You want your car as clean as you can. Okay. While I'm here, all that little gag that gets in these little gaps and things, just clean it up. It makes the car a nicer place to be, so you're not looking down the gaps and seeing 15-year-old McDonald's chips and things down there. See, you don't want that. Get that back over there, push the front end in first, make sure you push it down at the back here too, okay? Push it down the back, wriggle it in, slide it forward, clip in, done. Make sure it lights up, don't really know if that's showing up on camera that well. Let's have a look, yeah. You can just see the difference on camera there, just lighting up where the little P and the R is, you can see that a little bit. Then what you do now, get the old gear shifter back. All that does, make sure you put it on correct, obviously. That kind of sort of bit where it sort of does that, I can't, shush a minute, concentrate without binging away. Whatever that is there, whatever shape that is, but either way, make sure it's angled that way towards the front of the car. It probably won't even fit the wrong way. Who knows, I'm not going to try it. Probably will, probably never work again. Get that down in there, give it a bit of a bash, get your little clip here again that you've left in the cup holder so it hasn't gone missing. This is the slightly tricky part because the hole where this actually locates is not particularly apparent, I don't think. Okay, so what you're going to do, if you ask me, that's a little bit wide, so I'm going to give that a bit of a squeeze like that. Okay, get that in there. This is the hardest part of the whole job. This is for some reason getting this back in here. Give that a little bit of a squeeze again. Another good tip I always have for every little job you're doing, even if it's just a 10-minute job like this, bring a drink. Tea, coffee, vodka, whatever gets you through your little 10-minute job that's going to become a 3-hour pain in the bum. Okay? And hopefully this should be done within 3 hours. Get that in there. There we go, goes in like that. Eventually you just got to wriggle it around a little bit. It is actually curved like that. You want it as the curve kind of goes facing downwards into the shifter, not the other way up facing upwards, because that's going to snag and it's never going to go in. Okay. Get the end of your screwdriver, give it a couple of taps to get it home. Got your gear shifter there. Everything. Final try with the lights on. It's not going to show up on camera. It does just barely, I think, does it? Yeah, a little bit. There you go. You can see that's lighting up perfectly. All nice and clean. Easy little job. Okay, it's just one of those kind of things that you can do yourself. Don't be worrying. Don't be thinking about, oh, I need to take it to the garage, anything like that. So yeah, nice, easy, quick little job there. There's a couple of other bits and pieces I'm going to do. I'm going to make upcoming videos on. Next one being things like here in the door handles. There's some little lights just hidden up in there that you can't even see them. Okay, but some little lights hidden up in there. Driver's door one works fine on this car. The passenger side one, however, stopped working again about a month ago, and I just haven't been bothered to do it. That one's a little more tricky, but I will do a video on that one down the line. Anyone's got any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. As you guessed, I'm pretty new to all this, but I thought, well, you know, might help somebody out someday. I've watched a hell of a lot of videos on YouTube for doing various little bits and pieces, so I've learned how to do things myself on a lot of stuff. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions or anything, I'd appreciate maybe a share, some likes, subscribe, comments, whatever you feel for. See you later.